Are you sure you want to do this, Mojang? Hello again, skunkmunkee here, and today in our Snapshot update 23w31a, what is going on? We already have a new snapshot. This snapshot is for 1.20.2, and for the most part, it just adds a few bug fixes and stuff. It you know, makes things a little bit cleaner. It does make diamonds generate more in the deep slate area, so that's awesome. But beyond that, there's one really big issue. And that issue is with these guys, the villagers, and specifically the librarians. Now, in the past, librarians and villagers in general, I mean, they weren't that great. Getting enchanted books was kind of, you know, not that good of an idea. Finally, with the Village and Pillage update, we got villagers that would actually give us decent stuff, and the trading mechanic was pretty smooth. Well, some people think that it's been OP, and they have tried to nerf that basically and change it. Now, the idea here I can kind of get behind, but there are small little details that aren't so good. Now, we're in a plains, and plains villagers are only going to trade certain things. So if we go here, smite, punch, bane of arthropods. Those are the three ones that these guys are going to have. Only those three. No matter what, only those three. And once you start trading with them, okay, well, they get higher smite. They might get a better punch. And only once you get master, so he's got a little diamond belt buckle. These guys got their little stone one. Once you get to diamond, you get protection 3. Hold up. The highest level, if you go through any of these guys right here and you get them all the way up to their master level, they are only ever going to have protection 3. From as far as I can find from trading and from looking online, protection 3. That's not good. No, if I've gotten you to master level, this should be protection 4. But with protection 3, now I've got to get 2 of those books, put them together. It's going to make enchanting more expensive. And this isn't the only issue, protection. Here we have jungle librarians, and these guys will have power, feather falling, and projectile protection. Now, here's one problem. Power 4 is a first level enchantment. I could potentially get power 5 from the lowest level, which is a pretty powerful, no pun intended, enchantment to get at a level 1. Feather falling, I could get feather falling up to 4, I would guess, with that. What is their top tier? What do you get from unlocking them? Unbreaking 2. No other villager in any other biome or this biome will give you any unbreaking until you get to a master librarian in the jungle. You will get unbreaking 2. Not 3, 2. So you've got to combine 2 of this guy's top tier books in order to get unbreaking 3. And if you hadn't noticed, there are no jungle villages. So you've got to get villagers to come over here, breed them so you get a jungle villager, and then and only then will you get these 4 different enchantments. Yeah, that's the only way. And you know, making a village isn't that big of a deal. You need to have, you know, some beds here, but actually, I mean, look at this, projectile protection 1 as a third. He's a 3rd level, and then finally unbreaking 2. Yeah, and isn't just here. Also, if you want mending, you've got to go to swamps, and that's your top tier, which that kind of makes sense. Mending is a top tier, I get. But the fact that mending only has 1 level, so you're getting the best that it can possibly be, whereas this guy, you're getting not the best. Taiga. Taiga is where you're going to get fortune, but it's fortune 2. You aren't going to get fortune 3. In the savannah, you'll get sharpness 3. In snowy biomes, what do you get? You get silk touch. Yet again, that's a top tier. I understand it. It's the highest level. Top tier being silk touch and mending makes sense, but these guys should be top tier. It should be protection 4. It should be unbreaking 3. It should be fortune 3. Also, if you go to a desert village, then you're going to get efficiency 3 as a top tier trade. Big problem with that. Pretty sure we can get up to like efficiency 5, right? I mean, yeah. So you've got to trade 4 of those books in order to get the best one. I think there's a pretty big problem there. And then other ones like, oh, hide there, creeper. You scare. I'm creative, but that thing still scared me. In Infinity, you can get as a lowest tier. In, fire aspect and flame and all these ones, they are, pretty high enchantments, but yet you can get them in the lowest tier of Librarian. And, then you don't have to, trade up all the way to get these pretty good ones. Now, I do like the direction that they're trying to go. Don't get me wrong. I like the idea that I could go to a specific biome, trade with villagers, and get specific ones. So I don't have to cycle through, 100 times to get the one trade that I want. However, I don't like this one right here. This is a really bad idea. Also, there's certain ones like the Curse of Vanishing and the Curse of Binding that are biome specific. Like, why? Nobody wants those. No, we get enough of those without having to have our librarians have those. And then to have to actually make villagers come to specific ones that don't even have villages. Oh, that's a really, really bad idea. Now, it is a cool idea that they could kind of mold the story that certain villages, certain biomes have different enchantments. But I kind of think like a desert would have like, I don't know, flame and fire aspect. I mean, I guess they have fire protection, but thorns? I mean, I guess cactuses, but I don't know. Taiga should maybe have thorns because of the sweetberry bushes. I don't know. Frostwalker is in snow, that makes sense, but Aquafinity doesn't really make sense. You guys are going to have to decide for yourselves. And like I said, this is an experimental feature. We get to give our feedback to Mojang and let them know whether we do like it or don't like it. And for what I've seen, it's about 75% do not like the direction that they are trying to head with this. And if you guys want to leave your own feedback, a link to that feedback page will be down in the description, so you can click on it, read through what everybody's saying, so you get a fair idea of what is going on with this experimental update. And then you can be informed, and then you can make a decision. Like I said, there's certain things that I like about it, but there are things that I really don't like about it. But it isn't just to villagers. We also have some some changes to wandering traders. If you've been around my channel for very long at all, you know that I don't like these guys. I like the idea of them, and from the time that they were introduced to the game and people are like, hey, we're going to have these wandering traders that are going to come along and trade things. I like the idea of it. I have never once liked the application. These guys are worthless. You know what these guys are good for? Giving you leads. You kill them and you take the leads that are dropped that are on their camels. That's all that these guys are good for. And I'm sad to say that, but it's the truth. But they have tried to make some changes, and well, let's see what we got. They will now buy a hay bale, buy a bucket of milk. They will only ever buy one, so it's not like you can sell a bunch of these to them. The prices of everything else have been reduced. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't want any of this stuff, though. It's not really that important to me. I mean, okay, Potion of Invisibility, that's pretty cool. I like that one. I did see that they were selling that one, and that one is really nice. But other than that, Podzol and all these lily pads and dyes, are you serious? Let's see what else we can get from these guys. Okay, so they will buy 4 baked potatoes or a bucket of milk. They do sell logs now. That's pretty cool. I'm looking for one trade in specific here. See if we can find it. No. Whoa. Pushing him out of my range, man. A water bottle. He will buy a water bottle. You know how many of these he will buy? 1. It's just not worth it. I mean, I kind of get the idea of the lore that these guys are wandering around. Hey, I just like a bottle of water. Can you sell me one? Yeah, but I also want to make money off of you, buddy. I don't want just... Yeah, okay. Let's see. Maybe... Do you have to unlock it? I don't think you have to unlock it. They're supposed to sell an enchanted iron pick, and I'm not seeing it. Am I just getting unlucky, or are they... Oh, they also will buy fermented spider eyes. That's kind of a weird one. Yeah, you guys are... small drip leaf, that's like the only thing that is really worth buying from these guys. Because it's like the only place that you can really get them easily. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, nautilus shell. No, not worth it. But like the baked potato, like, okay, so if I have a farm and I got a bunch of baked potatoes, and I'm like, hey, you want to buy my baked potatoes? It's locked. Yeah. Okay, I can buy 8 logs for that 4 baked potatoes. I just, they are still worthless to me. They are still worthless, and I wish that these guys made me want to see them come around. But in all actuality, whenever any one of them comes around, I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'm off. You aren't important to me. You don't do anything for me. So I'm glad that Mojang sees that they are worthless, really. But I really wish that they had some slightly better trades. Like, for one emerald, give me like 32 sugarcane. You know? Dyes? Oh, I don't understand. You know, packed ice, that's not horrible, but the thing is, how many of those are you going to sell me before you get locked out again? I don't... am I wrong? Do you guys think differently? Do you guys like wandering traders the way that they are? Do you guys buy the coral, the rooted dirt? I mean, rooted dirt, I can go to, you know, any lush cave area and get like 3 stacks of that without even trying. Yeah, bucket of tropical fish, brown dye. I just don't see it. And I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad they're working on it, but man, they have so much potential, and yet these guys, they still aren't there yet. So once again, let Mojang know how you think these experimental features are, and if you think they're going the right direction. If you think they need to haul it back and be like, no, we do not need to change the villagers. I understand that some people think that it's OP, and some people might get tired of having to go through 60 trades in order to get the one that they want. But, you know, forcing us to go to different places in order to get different ones, that's kind of annoying. And especially if you don't make it top tier enchantments. That's really frustrating. No. Especially since, you know, too expensive is still a thing. And I can't put all these books together and still get what I want. It's frustrating to me. So when I first heard about this, I thought, you know, I see the potential here, but overall, personally, I don't like the experimental changes. I will be leaving feedback, and I encourage you guys to do that. If you do like it, if you don't like it, whatever you do, make yourself heard. And I think that's the most important thing, is if you want the game to change, you need to make yourself heard. But that about does it for this snapshot update. Like I said, there's a few other, you know, bug fixes here and there. You know, one good thing, I mean, this is like the only really cool thing that I love, being able to shift click stuff. So if you've got a one of these here and you want to go like that, boom, you can shift it into there. Shift clicking is the best. I love it, and it needs to be everywhere. So that's in 1.20.2. But yeah, not everything is looking good. Hopefully the changes will be great and won't affect the game negatively, because we don't want changes like that. And if you guys enjoyed today's snapshot update, please leave a like, consider subscribing, turn on those notifications. You can follow me on Twitter, you can join my Discord channel, and hope to see you guys in the next snapshot update. Until next time, I finally found it. Iron pickaxe, efficiency 2 for 12 emeralds. You guys think that's a good deal? I think you're overcharging me, buddy. Anything better than that? Keep trying.